The real question is, will Kraken come? Probably not.
Probably
she only
not.
likes us because of Nen. Also, hello, stream.
Good evening.
It is just chatting night, and we have Surga here with us.
We do. Hello, Surga.
Hi. Nice to see you again. It's been a minute.
Yeah, oh boy, has it. Life.
That is in fact
both
Surga's
meanings.
character.
That name has been infinite comedy to me. It just... Oh, God. Dog!
Yes.
That pretty girl.
Fluffy prince. Fluffy princess. Oh.
Better remind myself of my character information. Yeah, 3 aggravated wounds.
Well, yeah, because you got eaten by a white.
This is how I keep track of my character stats.
Eaten by a white, eaten by bugs. We need to get you some repellent of some sort.
Yeah, I'm starting to think my characters just need to be in armor 24/7 now. It's starting to get to that point. Like,
Bugs can creep through armor.
Yeah, or just lean heavy into it and just be a salubri so everybody wants to eat you.
Hey, that's my bet.
Or you go the opposite and go Banu, so you want to eat everybody.
Hey, that's
Yes.
Dangle's bit.
No, he doesn't want to eat everyone.
You mean mine? I'm playing the non-Banu one that does that.
True.
It's fine. Tori's just as addicted to Vitae. Nothing's going wrong there.
Nothing's going
Yeah.
wrong at all.
Yeah, from the game that I dropped, the character had 4 aggravated damage last as well. So all of my characters within this one session of each other hit max damage almost from each
Amazing.
game. I don't know if I'm playing correctly.
Well, you're not
I
dead,
mean-
so yes.
I mean, how big a penalty were you incurring the other night? What was it, up to 4 dice penalty at one point?
Yeah, I think I almost got to 5 with a different thing, but I'm getting there, apparently. Oh boy. What is a dice pool when all my attack rolls are at -4 and I only have 4 dice pool for my best attacks?
1 dice. You're always a minimum of 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, I didn't expect to be able to do anything last night either, so.
The star.
I
of the
very
evening.
rare. Indeed. Oh, she's so pretty, girl. Fluffy girl.
On a somewhat related note, in a couple weeks I finally get to pull out all of the stops with my Sabat Toreador
Oh, yeah?
and use them how they were meant to be used.
Nice.
Whee!
I was going to ask you how that game was going.
We've taken quite a long time off. Because, yes, computers decided to go boom, apparently. And not just one, but like 3 of them.
Yeesh.
Yeah, so I don't feel so bad. It's not me this time.
This time. Don't jinx yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, no. That particular one is not a face at all. Can do face stuff, but it's not a face. However, they're a good hunter.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I get to do next time.
Whee!
Obviously, I still have the cough. That's going to linger for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
Yeah. Yay. It is a dry cough, too, for the most part. So it's painful.
Yay. Positive part is coffee or tea.
Coffee tonight. Coffee tonight.
Yeah, I figured it was probably coffee just by the coloration, but I was like, she might have went crazy on us and put like a bunch of cream in it or something.
Well, when I drink tea at night, or for the most part, when I used to guys see me drinking tea, it's Earl Grey, and I like London Fogs, but I don't steam my milk, and so I cheat and use vanilla creamer, and so they turn out similar in color. Still tastes good.
Fair. That's fair.
But yeah, tonight it's coffee. I literally got home from work, put on pajama pants, put on a hoodie, and then started my computer.
As one does.
As one does. And then I was still the first one on somehow.
I got distracted doing other things.
I was
Super
being
secret
boring
squirrel
person.
stuff.
Sure.
He had a long hair hanging out of his mouth. I don't know where it came from.
Not his.
Definitely not his.
All right then.
Oh man. So this game every 2 weeks, theoretically if it happens properly, is still a really long time, and it makes it a little hard to remember what happened. I have to go back and like re-listen to Detroit's tomorrow, because I really don't remember where we left. Like, I know we left off on you guys going to your havens, but like, I don't remember what I had planned for the next one.
So I'm the only one that actually writes it down?
I kind of do.
I'm a monster. I don't write anything down but my character's stat things, trackers.
I figured out that if I write things down, I just lose the notes. So I literally just rewatch like the night before.
Oh no, when I say write things down, I mean I have sticky notes on my desktop.
Oh no!
So this is my gaming bin. Those are all the note cards I have that I use.
Mm.
I mean the actual program, sticky notes.
Yeah, I use that at work a lot. I do keep track of notes for our Hunter game on Rose's Google Sheet.
I have my binders.
We have the analog, semi-analog, and then digital. And then we have Surga and
Here
Anarchist.
for the ride.
Don't let me fool you. Half of my things don't turn into notes, but I try.
I mean, this is my cheat sheet for coding that I just lose every hour. So note taking is not my skill. As it went into my drink.
I did tell you my my notes for the last couple of games in Detroit were just like 4 sentences. So I'm like,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, you read them off, and I was like, "Oh, that's not good."
It did actually help me remember. The thing for T was actually one of the things that happened off screen while Nen's character is gone. So like that's where that all happened at. So favor done, favor owed. Or I mean favor no longer owed.
Okie dokie.
So that did actually help me remember that. But yeah, I need to figure out what I was doing with the cult, because now I need to go read that entire cult section again, because it's been a minute since that came up.
Oh yeah, I never figured out what I was going to do with those holes.
Oh yeah, the ones you were digging, which was baffling.
I had a plan. Like 2 days later, and now I've forgotten, and now I'm like, oh no.
Jacuzzi holes.
Oh god, mud pits.
Wait, that was the plan.
Mud pit. So yeah, I really need to get better at taking notes. It's just hard for me to stop while I'm in the middle of something and do it.
Yeah, this is why I only take notes for my game at the very, very end. While it's still fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would do that if I didn't have to go to bed like immediately after every single game we play.
I would use that as an excuse, except I usually stay on talking to Dangle for like an hour or two extra every night at least.
Sometimes like half an hour.
Yeah, sometimes I actually need to sleep. Most of the time, not so much. I fucking crashed yesterday. Holy shit. So I got home at what time? 7-ish. And I stayed up until like 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, and then I slept until 2, used the bathroom, fell back asleep until 6, and then napped until 8:30 this morning. I don't remember the last time I slept that much.
Oh god. The last time I slept a crazy amount would be this week on, I think, Tuesday.
Sleeping off the anesthetic?
No, just normal sleep for him.
Oh, just normal?
It was like 14 hours?
Yeah.
15 maybe?
Good lord.
I had a bad day on that Tuesday, and then it was like last week Tuesday too, I think. And then whatever. I don't know. My sleep schedule is messed up.
That's fair. I barely have one. I don't like this sickness, whatever it is. I very much hope you guys don't get it, because right after I started getting better, as in like a few days ago, I just fucking so tired. Oh my god.
I'm still genuinely surprised it's not COVID.
No, it's not. I tested negative.
I trust you that it's not. I know you said you took the.
No, I'm surprised
I'm
it's
still
not.
surprised. Yeah.
Because the way it's acting, but supposedly it's not.
Yeah.
I did. Oh, sorry.
And I was just going to say, yeah, my wife's the only one that works the front desk that doesn't have it at the vet's office.
I had like a 3-day flu like 2 weeks ago, I think. 4 weeks ago. Or no, 5. I am good at math.
Come on, Serga.
And then about 1.5 weeks ago, I got an ear infection, so that was fun. So I think they were related.
Yeah, no, they said my ears were like full and everything, and my throat was so raw that it was basically borderline strep, but it wasn't anything they could give me anything for, so it sucked awfully.
Yeah, last time I was like actually legitimately probably sick was when I was in Arkansas. And I just randomly was like, all right, cool, you got a cold? Question mark. Lasted for like a day and a half and I was fine.
I don't get random little sicknesses, unfortunately. When I do end up getting sick, it's the ones that like fully take me out of commission for a couple days, like this one did, and like what happened last year at Target.
Yeah. Usually I get big sick, not little sick, but yeah. And I just think that was my body was like, I don't want to go in there again. That place is messed up, and yeah. I want to hug people really, really tightly around their neck. 2 hands.
Fair enough. Also, mood. My last fucking people tonight. Oh my god. I won't be surprised if I get a nice little talking to the next time I go into work.
Cool.
I was a little kind of rude to a person who called 3 minutes before we fucking closed.
About what?
An order they wanted to place and then tried to demand it to be for the next day, only for me to tell them I can't. The item was out of stock, and that if I placed the order, it would probably be rejected anyway. And then she was arguing with me that they've done this before and it's been placed. And I didn't even know if the item was ours or through a vendor of ours for the first off, and like she never gave me time to look it up. Told me I didn't know enough, and that I didn't know what I was doing, apparently. Which was fine, but she'll call back later. And then it just continued on. And then I ended up looking through all of the places in their district that was, like, had the item that she wanted, theoretically. And it was just like, oh, I'll just call those tomorrow. And then she hung up on me. And then immediately after I got off the phone with her, I had to place an order for somebody. And he walked out at like 7 after we closed. It was just stupid.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting over here like, people are like, hey, what's going on with this? I don't know. Pick up the phone and find out.
Yeah, I normally am pretty good. Like, I don't care about helping people. But one, I told that guy when he walked in, he had 7 minutes left. And that was when he actually had 7 minutes left. And then the woman I'd spent about, I don't know, between 5 to 10 minutes on the phone arguing with. And all of that. And it was just like I was a little curt with her. So I probably won't be talked to, but I might, and I wouldn't be surprised.
That's fair. Hope for the best, expect the worst.
I'm not going to get
Everybody's
written
happy.
up over it, because it's not something worth being written up. She, like, every, 4 to 6 weeks orders 10 things of chips from us. So, like, it's not anything that I'm going to get in trouble over.
Yeah, it's odd, though.
Yeah,
It's her walking tacos. She's like a little league person or something like that.
I was about to say it's probably for like an office or something, but
Yeah.
it's still odd. Just a very random, whatever.
Yeah, it's just, I just was very kind of curt with her. So, like, don't demand it the next day. And, like, let me look stuff up as you're doing these demands and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently she had been in earlier that day asking about those too, because my other employee, because I was talking to him about it, my other employee knew exactly who I was talking about.
Gotta love those people, right?
Yep.
This is why I don't do actual customers.
I wish I didn't. I fucking hate so much that I work retail. I tried so hard to get out of it. So hard.
I can probably get you a job as a maintenance apprentice. I'm being serious, by the way.
What's involved with that?
Fix stuff.
I can't really fix stuff.
Yeah, lift heavy things.
That I can kind of do.
Figure out electricity.
Hit or miss. Probably more miss than hit.
That, and they give you like a 3-month school that you've got to go to. That you can't take 7 with.
Yeah, I don't have anyone to take her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But anyway, I blanked on what I was gonna kind of steer this into. 100% forgot.
Friendsgiving?
Kinda. Yeah, that one. I wasn't gonna go straight to there, but I was gonna go Jason.
I don't know what the Jason is.
Probably something to the effect of any big plans for next week, but I know we three have talked. Circa. We don't know about yours.
Oh, my plans for this week?
For Thanksgiving.
Apparently, I'm going over to the in-laws.
Oh boy.
Woo!
You sound about as thrilled as expected.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Let's just say mild homophobic. Yeah, mild homophobic rhetoric will be probably said by them. Yep.
That's fun.
Yep. Just make certain not to talk about the fact that you're bi, and you'll be fine, probably.
Yeah. I know we're going over to the in-laws, and I get to fix a window actuator for a 2007 BMW.
Fun.
That's... I don't want to.
Better than spending time inside with them?
Not really, because the person's car that it is, I really, really don't like.
Then just fuck it up even worse.
No, because then I won't get paid.
Oh, well, that's
Oh,
true. At least you're getting paid.
Yeah. But yeah, no, going over to the in-laws' house. We've got the 3 triplets, which are the youngest ones that are in college. Then we've got the oldest son that is like the golden child that everybody bows down and swear he walks on water. No. And then the black sheep, which is my wife. And then the forgotten one. That's me. And that's everybody that'll be over there, and it's awful. Minus the 2 kids, but the kids are whatever. My youngest one will play with her 115-pound Bernedoodle, and the oldest one will get whatever she wants.
Doodle.
Bernie's mountain dog and poodle. It's big. It's fluffy. It literally probably would never hurt anything.
I want to play with it already.
It also, like, you know how most big dogs try to, like, curl up into a ball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this one, airplanes.
I want to see the dog.
I'm pretty sure it's in our memes channel if you scroll far enough back.
Probably somewhere. It'd have to be a while.
No, relatively. Actually, Halloween. Pretty sure.
I'm looking.
That's still a lot of scrolling. We post a lot of stuff.
Yes, but still.
I see my dog.
I just see pictures scrolling past Circus glances.
Just... Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm going to my cousin's. And I really don't know how many people are going to be there. Probably How many did she say? I don't remember. 20 or so, maybe.
I'm hearing too many.
This is probably less than half of the parties we used to have when I was a teenager. We used to have like 40 or 50 people every fucking party. I have a large family.
I do too. That's why I stopped going to their parties. If you can't find it, I'll find it for you.
I think I went past in my speed past Halloween.
I've got one where he's in the background, but he's not flattened out, so I will get you one this coming Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
don't
promise
remember
you, and I'll tag you.
Yeah, I want pictures of this dog.
Yeah, he's just big, fluffy. He's kind of dumb.
I'll try and get pictures of my cousin's golden doodle.
Yeah, they've got a golden doodle too. He's full of energy.
Yeah, Ruby's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's a doodle for ya.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I just have a great Pyrenees mix that has tried to eat my face before.
I have Naked Cat. I have Picata. I have 3 Chihuahuas. And a Super Mutt.
I got 3 cats.
I have Zeba.
That likes to try to chase cats.
And eat them.
No.
Yes.
She is very, 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 very high prey drive. She's caught and killed like 12 things this year. Mostly birds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I walked outside and a hummingbird was perched on top of one of my dog's heads.
That's kind of hilarious.
Because all I heard was woof, and like the dog jumped up, like, what's that?
Yeah, my dog just chases after the flies that go near his head and screams at anything that moves near the backyard.
Nova doesn't eat the flies anymore after she got stung by a bee once. It was like right under her nose too, where the little split happens. So it was right there. I felt really bad for her.
Yeah, this one doesn't try to chase bugs. And then Chip will chase them, trap them, and then let them go.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So I have 2 cats that are not cats.
Zeva acts and plays like a cat. Except for her death shake. She does the toy death shake.
No, if he didn't meow, I'd swear he was a ferret. Because he will steal things and then hide them away, and you will never find them.
That's kind of funny.
And it's annoying. He stole the dog's like bone. This big pink like knobby bone. Grabbed it, ran behind the couch, and like came back out without it. And I was like, "Oh, you think you're funny?" He's all proud of himself. and then he'll steal the kids' like pencils and pens and markers and stuff. Like they'll be using them, go over, grab them, and like the youngest will just let him have it because she's like, "What are you doing?" The oldest will go, "No," but won't actually like touch him when she's trying to get him away.
Weird.
He's also begun chirping at me, so because he just did it, and that's what made me think about it.
As well as being a living scarf.
Yeah, if he just had like a long enough cape, I would just wear him as like an actual cape. Because at this point, I probably could, to be honest with you.
You could get him a little sweater that trails.
Yeah, and then the tiny terror would just eat it.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. Gulliver. Which
Your pets have the weirdest names.
I didn't name it. I didn't name him either.
Well, Archie I kind of get, but
I named Hank, and that is it.
That's still a weird name for a dog.
He looked like the X-Men Beast when we first got him.
That's fair. At least there's a reason.
So, yeah. Him, I don't know why she insisted on Archie. I don't care. Then we have Ellie, which is the super mutt. Then the oldest named Waffle and Chip. Waffle is the tiny chihuahua that thinks he's, well, tiny chihuahua, let's put it that way.
Chihuahua.
That looks like a Yorkie, but no. Because I think like 2-3 weeks ago, my wife came home and she's like, "Why does he shake all the time?" It's because he's a chihuahua.
Did she really have to ask that?
Yes, because she's like, "But he's a Yorkie." No, he's not. He's a chihuahua. There might be a mix there, but he is a chihuahua.
Seva's apparently trying to dig through the living room into the basement. All I hear is like her just clawing at the ground.
On the topic of dogs shaking, have you ever seen a Great Pyrenees shake?
Yes.
It's terrifying and very uncomfortable.
Yes.
I have not, but I had neighbors who had a Pyrenees Mountain Dog, so very similar.
Growing up, my aunt had one and hated that dog. Just because it was, just because the thing was real dumb. Real dumb. But they're like, "Hey, go get," and it would go get whatever it was that you said. Because they trained it to retrieve ducks.
Mm.
That's all they ever did with it.
Seba has decided to give up on digging through the living room.
A wise choice.
Not doing the syphilian task. I can say the word correctly. I swear.
Sisyphean?
Yes. I have the scarred on. I have to pretend to at least be intelligent.
Do you?
Not really.
Your problem is that it's not the Fourth Doctor scarf.
I'd rather not break my neck with that much weight on it.
I mean, that's fair. Or, I mean, you could just do what I was saying earlier and just go full Florida man, even though you're not from Florida, I don't think.
Californian, but raised in Oregon.
Wild.
Fair.
Now, where in California? Nobody will know. On live.
Nah.
I will make assumptions and I will keep those assumptions myself.
That's fair.
Just due to statistics.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no.
kind of, it's kind of like if I say I live in Alabama, you don't know exactly where, but statistics say I live in one of 3 places.
I've gotten a little bit more specific, but that's still not saying much.
Yeah, to be fair, though, if you say Michigan, everybody else automatically thinks Detroit anyway. So
Correct, and I do say I specify outside of Detroit, but not by much, which still does not narrow it down.
yes,
As you
because-
guys have seen in the Detroit game, Detroit's massive.
It really
Yes.
is.
yes,
Yeah, I never realized how massive, like, Oregon was, for example, until I decided to look at how big New Jersey was and compare it to that.
why New Jersey of all things? Out of
I don't
curiosity.
know why, but it was a fact on the Oregon website.
Crazy.
10 of them.
Weird.
I know.
I dislike New Jersey. I'll just put it that way.
I don't plan to go anytime soon.
Best I've done is drive through, and yeah, I know literally one person from there that I actually can stand.
I know 0, so you know.
I don't really have much family out northeast. I have a cousin in Philly, but that's really about it. And that's obviously not close to the coast, so.
Weirdly enough, I have family in Oregon.
I have an uncle.
Same.
Although I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if he's still in Portland. He might have moved to Seattle to be closer to his brother. I'm not entirely sure.
I've got
Seattle. Oh no.
I do also have family in California.
family in California. I've got one that's moving to the Northwest somewhere that I'm not technically allowed to tell anybody until he moves. Military stuff. And then we're trying to get my uncle to move with them because my uncle's a pain in the ass. And
Every family's
they're both
got
his
one.
kids. Yeah, and they're both his kids, so like it would be better for him to move out there.
I have extended family in Maine. Or no, not Maine, Maryland, I'm sorry. And I've been there before, visiting them when I was a very young child.
I'm trying to remember where all of my people are. I know the majority of them are in New York. But I've got some in Indiana. Don't know where, don't ask.
I wasn't about to. I'm surprised that you knew where Indiana was. I say that with all sarcasm, but when people think of when people think of the Midwest, they don't think of Indiana. Nobody
no.
thinks of Indiana.
I've been there for a wedding.
I'm so sorry.
It was in the middle of a cornfield.
Exactly.
The stereotype. Right?
No, I'm being dead serious. Like their house, there was a cutout of land that wasn't affiliated to the farm. It was just their house. And that's where it was weird.
Yep. I was being completely and totally dead serious. I went to 4th grade in one of those like old, like really old classrooms where they used to have like one room for everyone. And there were like 4 different rooms, but that was like it. And it was literally in the middle of a cornfield, so I know exactly what you mean. The stereotypes are true.
AKA where Rufus went to school.
No. They probably had 2 buildings.
Long, skinny windows with glass thicker at the bottom than it is at the top.
Probably. But yeah, no, I think I've got somebody that lives in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts. I think Men's pretty much in Vermont. DC area. One of the Carolinas, I don't know exactly which side of the border they're on anymore.
I also got family in Norway.
I mean, I have family over in Europe somewhere. I just don't know who they are.
I mean, it's via my stepdad, so not like technically my family anymore, but I've been to their house multiple times. So
I don't know. I'm willing to say they're probably still in Germany for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, I have a cousin in Sweden.
But yeah, no. Besides that, I don't know where the rest of my family lives. I know they're just freaking everywhere.
Pretty much it for me.
It's funny. My cousins, when we were old enough to get out of the house, we went and disappeared from everyone. Except for like the 5 that wants to stay in touch with everyone, they stayed in their parents' house. Awful. It's funny, but it's awful. Anyway, family's fun, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, great times.
Blood is thicker than water or something along those lines.
Blood of the womb is thicker than the water of the covenant.
No.
Water of the womb is thicker than blood of the covenant. Sorry.
There you go.
Had that backwards.
I mean, I
knew
failed
what
first.
I was trying to say.
Strike that, reverse it.
So any recent streams from you guys that you have planned?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was just like, let's continue the conversation in a new way.
Yes. So I know you actually stopped in to watch the Hunter game.
Next one.
I don't know why.
No idea.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. And then Atlanta's going to be fun. The next couple games.
From the little bit I know that has been discussed, yes.
Excited that I finally can watch them because I've been working on other projects, and I'm like, finally, I have a little bit of time.
I'm gonna be really busy with work the next 5 days. Like, tomorrow is my only day off until Thanksgiving. And I work like 10 to 8 every day. Except Sunday. Sunday's a little bit different, but like, I'm not gonna have a whole lot of time outside tomorrow to plan and prep games. So, I'll figure out something.
Winging it!
You act like I don't already do that.
Yeah, but like blatantly winging it this time.
Yeah. I will say, the time skip probably will happen during this game, so like 5 to 7 days. Keep in mind if you want to do shit.
Okay.
Multiple bodies will go missing.
Great.
So disappointed.
Hey, I have 3 aggravated wounds, and my character can only have 1 blood to be happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yay, I'm gonna have to eat more people probably.
Yes, because immediately on starting every single night, you are forced to heal aggravated damage.
Yes.
3 rolls! Woo!
Instantly, possibly up to 4, which means I can't do anything, so I need a body.
You got people to bring stuff for you, as long as they roll well.
Yeah, I don't. I'll just accidentally move my mic thing, or headset.
Did you ever send me the stats on the Thin Bloods?
I did.
Okay, I'll have to find them.
Guess we figured out what those ditches are for now.
Good news. I don't have to worry about burying bodies. They'll just be gross pits of liquids.
Oh, I thought they were going to be burn pits, but okay.
Ashes to Ashes takes a rouse check, though.
Yeah, that's why I have 1 blood right now.
What do you mean 1 blood?
1 hunger.
One hunger. I refer to it as blood for some reason.
Blood drop.
1 blood die.
Then I'm just over here like, let me know if you need a special delivery.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 4 of them, and
That's a lot of people.
Incurring lots of favors and lots of attention, I'm
You
sure.
guys should take them to Charlotte's.
Right, because that can only go well.
we'll be fine.
Charlotte is the Toreador who owns a bar that caters to blood flavors and disgracias, or however it's pronounced.
Close enough, I'm sure.
Discraria or something like that. I don't know.
Gonna walk in all zombified.
No, don't do that. Her things in the basement, the top like multiple stories are hotel.
Yes.
Walk in zombified, walk out in a body bag.
You won't walk out. She's got 2 childer. One's a normal Toreador, and the other is a vulgaire. Well, I say normal Toreador. Is the other? She's not a normal Toreador. She's a daughter of Cacophony, as is Charlotte.
Yeah. And do you know what a vulgaire is? I know that isn't necessarily a mainstream thing.
It's a V20 thing. It's a Toreador who knows vicissitude and flesh crafting.
I've heard about it. That
Yes.
was one of my ideas for a different game.
They're like Samitsi, but with a bigger ego.
Which,
Yeah.
I like it already.
It's interesting.
I may or may not be making one in a certain Sabat game. Eventually. They don't have those abilities yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Violet definitely won't have issue with a walking corpse coming in, entering her facility.
Certainly not.
Don't worry, I'll have another character ready within 5 minutes from that happening. I have 5 character sheets just waiting to be played.
I do my best to not actively make them, although I have plenty of ideas.
My actual legitimate backup for Rufus has not actually been made, so I am doing well.
Because it's not Chevy.
No. Because while Chevy is fun, I could not actually play Chevy for long term.
Tori's backup is legitimately made.
I thought your backup for Rufus was the Bruja from Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh, you mean you haven't actually fleshed out the character yet? Okay.
No, not yet.
You
I've got
exist
general
as
ideas,
exists as a nebulous idea and nothing more.
Yeah, I've got a general idea. Ran stuff across Faye's desk, I guess.
Close enough.
I have 7 character sheets, and I have not decided on all the values that I would add to them before a game. So 5 of them are the Thin Bloods. So, But yeah, one is a Justicar's child as a Thin Blood. That's the fun part. You can become a Justicar at 13th gen. Don't worry about it. It only involves a bunch of diablerie.
You're not 13th gen at that point anymore.
But you could have a child at 13th gen and then do the diablerie to become the Justicar. So
you don't
that
go
wouldn't
up
be
in
my
diablerie unless you eat up. Or, I'm sorry, eat down. So you can't make a child at 14th and eat it to go down.
Yes, I said
have to eat
I
12.
had the wrong way. But yes. So I have a Thin Blood that has that kind of a backstory where, hey, look, I am a Justicar child. Don't worry about it. And people will be like, but hey, also it's known, so that'll be fun if that ever happens.
That wouldn't really go over too well. You would immediately be branded by the Camarilla there. If not killed.
Yeah, but also you're a Justicar's child. That
doesn't really offer protection for the Thin Bloods.
I mean, in the New York actual game, they had a Thin Blood Primogen.
Right, most places are like that.
Oh yeah, that's where you get where he's like, I am here for a limited time. Please don't kill me.
Oh my god,
be very interesting.
Depends on the city.
All
Florida,
I can think of.
I have some Thin Bloods lined up for you guys there.
All I can think of is that episode in Atlanta when we finally got introduced to the Carissa's babysitters, and the prince from Chicago and the prince from New York had to come down for that. And we were shit talking the Prince of New York behind her back because she was too lenient with the thin bloods.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be fair. The name Prince Panhard is just a setup. It's just set up and you spike. It's there. It's already there.
That's when you just take a frying pan and you say, "Pan harm!" And everyone just hates you instantaneously.
You probably don't want to do that to her. She kill you.
I mean...
She's still a 7th generation venture.
Yeah. There's a reason people only talk shit behind her back and not to her face.
Yeah, Tori had to host them in her apartment. Both of them.
Which was endlessly hilarious.
Chicago and New York. She had a meeting with them.
I was not expecting 7th gen.
Yeah.
Chicago's 10th or 11th?
I think he's 10.
10. I think that's what you told me. 'Cause I actually asked about that a little bit. Yeah. Chicago's an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
But it's exactly what Chicago needed to get out of
Yes.
the complete gutter.
I'm a little sad. Had Chicago not had a... I'm not running Chicago, even though I wanted to, because there's a book out for it. And I didn't want to deal with, one, hearing people say that's not in the book, or following the book to run. So I'm very sad I didn't get to do that. But it's fine. So, question, Serga. Would you obviously... Orlando will not happen until Detroit is done, and I have plenty of content left for Detroit. But would you be joining us in Orlando?
Florida Man Saga with a Malkavian sounds like so much fun. Ooh. Maybe I just play a K
anywhere from half a year to a year's worth at least for Detroit left. So don't think it's ending soon.
Good, because I need plenty of time to plan my Orlando character. So I still don't have a damn clue what I'm doing. Which is surprising for me. Normally I've got something in like 5 minutes upon hearing news of a new whatever.
I see. You just don't like my storytelling.
I've got zucchini.
Yeah.
If I'm going to Florida, I am playing a Malkavian with... No, a Caitiff with the Malkavian Bane and the Samisi Bane.
Interesting combination there.
That's not going to cause a problem, ever.
Interesting.
It will be the dirt hauling Malkavian. Caitiff.
So the way I'm setting up Orlando is that all the sects will be there, and you guys can pretty much pick whatever you want to play, and we'll make it work, because there will be outside things happening that are forcing people to work together. So Camarilla, Sabat, Anarch, Independent, they're all there. Giovanni.
That means I can play a monster.
I think we've already got 2 Nos? What? 2 Nos?
No.
Oh no, that's right. Nen said that was just an idea. Yeah,
I don't remember what Nen said he was gonna play.
Because he talked about doing the psychologist, and then I made the joke about the 2 of us going into business together.
Yeah. I don't remember what he said he was going to play. Doesn't matter though. First come, first serve.
Nan, this is why we need you here.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's always the After Atlanta game that I know at least 3 people that are playing. Seeing as I've got a character from one of you, got a character from another one of you, and then Nen's already pulled out like 3 or 4 ideas for it. So yeah, I think you guys are playing. That would be open to you as well, if you so chose. So
Maybe.
I'll be playing a Malkavian there.
yep.
Time to play Malkavian with the Altbane then.
What is the Malkavian Altbane?
They make you very uneasy.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
they use any of their dominate powers around humans, it makes them super uneasy, and they can tell something's wrong, but not what's wrong.
Ooh, Uncanny Valley. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like the Thin Blood, like one of the Thin Blood ones, if I remember correctly. It's like -2 to social rolls.
We'll say that Charleston's a little bit less. Screw it, come on. Or we accept you. So just keep that in mind. But we'll have all 3 of the major groups there. Plus a little pocket group that Buttons is going to be messing with. So yeah, that's nothing bad's gonna happen there, I promise.
Not
Nah.
at all.
I'll play a Nagaraja, actually. That'll fix every issue I have.
I will say in Orlando,
No.
I said Giovanni, but it's not really the Giovanni. It's the Sanan.
It's
Family.
It's the Samiti family.
Yeah, the Samiti family is going to be the the primary Hekata clan in Orlando, because I thought it fit and will be fun to see post Atlanta shit with Sameti's clan.
Yeah, and I would, unless if you play a very specific type of Hekata, I would be very wary playing a Hekata there. If you're going to claim a specific family, put it that way.
I always like the idea of just like the Hikata taking over like the USA slightly, but only in blotches, where it's like this specific family has taken this spot. It just feels like how it would work. They'd just be like, we don't mix as much as we should. And then there'd be like one central area in like Wisconsin that is just like, this is where we meet every year.
It's funny you say Wisconsin.
It's like almost in the middle of the North America region.
But like,
it probably would need to be like actually in. Fuck, I don't remember the state.
Wisconsin has had a special mention in my game.
in the middle of a cornfield in Nebraska.
Might actually be closer to the middle.
Where the family gathering happened.
I'm like, where would the middle of South America and North America be? Like, where, like, it's not like California. That'd be awful. So it'd be like,
Honestly, probably Texas-ish.
yeah,
Like Texas, Oklahoma, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So middle of cornfield isn't too far off.
yeah.
Um,
Just one blotch of all the Hikata, and everyone is just like, how
Oh god,
did
they
this
would all hate
begin?"
each other.
no, I feel like Nebraska was a pretty good guess. Middle of the U.S. there.
No, not U.S. North and South.
Oh, North and South.
That's why I said probably like Texas or something.
Yeah. That'd be one of the worst states to go to all of a sudden.
What? Texas? Yes. Been there.
No, like the Hikata just all gather in one state. Like, Texas is naturally awful. Now, suddenly, it just is taken over by the Clan of Death. It's already a nope state from me. That's ultra nope, suddenly.
Bedtime.
Oh.
Oh, Dangle. Remind me that we should talk about a certain clan that has come up in your game. Because I want to make sure things fit. Friends with Red.
Oh. The Putnescus.
Yep. I haven't fully fleshed out the idea yet, but it's been percolating for a minute.
Okay. I was basically going to treat them as anarchists.
That's fair.
Like what a true mob would be if they were vampiric.
Yeah. I want to have some Giovanni drama pop up. Haven't decided on the flavor of it yet.
That's
Well,
Or not Giovanni, but Hakata drama pop up.
well, Detroit could have that because good old
Yeah.
Life Dodge Sire is a Nagaraja by my decision. And he's working with what side right now?
Cappadocian?
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was Cappadocian.
Well,
that'll be fun.
technically, oh shit, what was her name?
Mimi?
Mina is
I've written down as
Harbinger. I think it was the Harbinger of Asher.
Which is just an offshoot of Cappadocians.
Yeah. Which is why they don't exactly get along with the Cappadocians, but they kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she will work with Leon, even though she doesn't like him.
Yeah. I'm just going to say there is a reason why Charleston, if you want to play anything outside of Cappadocian Duncern, probably not a good idea.
be fine.
You were just a glutton for punishment, Serga. My gosh.
I've learned that, apparently. I like having characters that struggle. Maybe too much. Like, Life Dodge is...
There cannot be too much suffering for a character.
There might
Challenge
be.
accepted.
Have you seen the characters I give you? Please. Hurt them as much as you can.
I don't know who I've hurt the most in Atlanta yet. Because, like, yeah, I've piled a lot of stuff on Tori, but how bad was she actually hurt?
She's fairly traumatized by some of it, but...
I'm not counting the fire. I'm talking about the emotional hurt.
Yeah, no, I know. Less than probably is expected because, you know, you tend to dull that stuff out when you can't escape it.
And then Shiloh. How much have I hurt Shiloh?
Do you mean in one night or over the course of the whole thing?
The whole thing.
So much. Although to be fair, I kind of set it up that way.
No, don't be giving me shit about saying the character cannot be hurt enough.
Yeah. So what that
We're
just
not
tells
done
me
yet.
is... Yeah, what that just tells me is I need to hurt Tori more.
You know the way to break her.
Yeah, just make her remember things.
Yes.
Which we've already kind of homebrewed how to make that happen.
Yep.
There's a reason for that.
Oh boy.
I'm just not going to do it right now.
Like, legitimately above the table, big spoiler, like, if Tori actually remembers her mortal life, it will legitimately probably break her what she had to do, like, after forgetting.
Yeah, that's fine.
What is it called? A memorial?
Memoriam. That's not what we're doing, although doing a memoriam would be fairly fun in the games.
Yeah.
I was thinking about making Life Dodge way older originally. Like 100 years, and he's just been in torpor for that long. And then having a memoriam to back when he was like human. But then I was like, nah, current year.
There's a few NPCs that would be very fun to do memoriams for. In Detroit, at least. And I assume Atlanta, too.
Not as much in Atlanta.
Really?
They're all relatively young.
I'll say we ousted the oldest one.
Hell yeah, we did.
Fuck her.
Fuck her.
She's not the oldest one.
No, Samal is.
Yeah, Small is the oldest.
Fuck Carissa, though.
And
Still.
then Cyril. Chronologically, he is older. He is just not vampiric older.
Charlotte would be interesting. Cat, of course, would be very interesting. Cat's
Name.
child would be interesting. Nain would be interesting. Detroit is filled with a lot of very old kindred. Leon would be interesting.
I want to see Leon.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very curious about Leon.
Charlotte was in
wanna
Paris.
Ooh. What time in Paris, though?
1915? 1920s? 30s?
What was that? World War One?
Yes. Nope. I mean, she was there during World War One, I think.
Okay. I'm bad at time frames.
Yeah, World War One's the teens.
Yeah, she was there during it. She actually, I think it was during the World War she was in the process of coming over. Off the top of my head. But she would be fun.
She's not the only one that remembers the war.
No, and that's actually part of what would make it interesting is with Rufus.
Yeah. There's a striking number of similarities between the two.
Well, that wasn't a suspicious comment at all.
I know just enough to be dangerous with her lore, but not enough to like really know a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, we talked a little bit. For reasons.
Yeah, Rufus might have a little bit of a undead thing for her. Just saying. Like, if we're going to be honest with each other.
I mean, I kind of figured, but wasn't totally obvious when he gave her the flower or anything like that.
No.
Not at all. Subtle as a brick to the face.
Yeah, and the worst part is like he's been to the hotel a number of times before like the official meeting. Yeah.
Where did I write down her? I don't have her stuff written down. Where is that? What the fuck? Continue. I'm looking for something.
I just remembered that I forgot to work on Life Dodge's character sheet.
Yeah. So
Not gonna forget.
if we go to Atlanta, Samal would be fun just for the simple fact of like the whirlwind of Sabat that he was. And it's all bloody. It's bad. It's bad.
Yes.
Cyril's, you could kind of see a slow progression into what you see now. And you can kind of see just the ideology keep warping, just get worse and worse.
I definitely would like to see a bit about Cyril's background because I think it's so I genuinely think it's interesting that he's so attached to his sire, because like everything else about him, it makes me feel like he would be one of the ones that would say, fuck you, I'm doing my own thing as soon as possible. Never would have pegged him as one to get attached like that.
There's a reason behind it, but it's it's one of those that I will tell you eventually, but things have to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Or we have to finish the campaign, one of the two. Chronicle, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I can't find the... I had it written down somewhere, I know. I just don't know where it is. Charlotte's actual age.
So it's 2 experience that I have extra past character creation, right? Or is it 4?
I don't know what you spent.
I have spent 12 and I started with 30. So is it 32 or 34?
You've gotten 1 per game.
Okay, so it should be 31. Or is it 2?
32.
You've played 2 games.
Yes. Perfect. Good start. Now, what to buy?
You have that lore sheet I gave you too.
Yes. I was going to buy the first dot on that.
Yeah, you do have to buy that one in order. Where normally lore sheets you can pick and choose, that one I am requiring in order just for... to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you already had a specialty in demons, right?
Yes, demon summoning.
Okay.
And one in performance too, which was dance.
Right. Which is why I was going to say, if you would prefer to change one of the ones that you purchased or chose initially into something else, you would have to take either occult demons or performance rituals, but you can move one of your original ones to something else.
Wait.
I will.
Also, you can have multiple specializations in a certain skill. So, like, if you want to take performance rituals and keep dance, you could absolutely do that as well.
Yeah, I'm just giving you an option. Because we didn't have the lore sheet ready when you first bought things. So I'll give you the option to change.
So I could change demon summoning to technology pager.
You wouldn't have to do that specialized, but you can put like old technology or something like that.
Maybe
80s,
etiquette.
90s.
80s,
Etiquette
90s tech.
Hikata.
Hmm?
Etiquette Hikata.
You could do that. You could absolutely do that.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
It'll be interesting. Gotta spend upwards of 15 experience.
You could buy the second that one. We make this
Thinking
world
about-
our hell.
I'm thinking about getting celerity and potence.
That's up to you.
Maybe I just go all in and go for dominate.
I still haven't made the Bali disciplines. I just haven't really had time to sit down and do that. I have ideas for them, though. I just don't have the rules behind them.
I'll take my time getting there. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I'm not super concerned. I did do something a little bit different. So the initial Bali did not have a rituals one. They only had... They had, what is it? What's it called? Demanian or something like that. They only they had that, and then it branched off into a few different things, but there was no like rituals one. I created a rituals one for it, so you'll treat it basically like blood sorcery or oblivion, but you have to survive through the re-embrace first, because there is the potential of full death.
Yep. Good thing I only have 4 health pool.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with your health pool.
Oh, yay! That means I don't have to start going up stamina.
Yeah, no. So the sire takes 2 aggravated willpower damage and then rolls manipulation and occult versus the would-be child's willpower. And if the child is a lower generation than the sire, they receive... I put +1, I meant -1. They receive a -1 dice as their beast is more resistant to the change.
Oh, I love my 5 willpower
Yeah,
stat.
so you're, whatever Malwa you get, you'd have to hope that you can survive that.
Oh, they better be a high
You gotta beat 'em.
manipulation.
No, you have to beat them.
Oh, okay, good.
I think.
Perfect.
I think that would how it'd be. Right? That makes sense. Yeah. Like, you have to struggle through them turning you, and you have to willpower through it. If you get 0 successes...
Oh, fine. Worst case, I change characters.
Okay, you say that now.
The only way you can hurt me is by joining the Bloodline 2 dev team and going spoiler at me.
What?
I'll be fine.
Yeah, if you survive that process, then you can buy the new disciplines and rituals. They're interesting. They're definitely messed up, but they're interesting. They were my sounding board for figuring out what I should do.
Perfect. We'll see if Life Dodge even gets halfway there.
I was curious to see if you actually wanted to do that after you, like, because the Bali are really messed up. Like, I had to change a lot to make it, like, okay.
I still have to read the clan book. I'm like,
I won't be taking much from it, but I still think you should have an idea as to what you're getting into.
I've heard that it's in the same vein as Demon the Fallen, and I've only gotten.
It's bad.
Oh, it's worse?
Yeah, it's demons, but like the inhumanness of Kindred on top of that.
To kind of give you a little bit of context, there was a huge discussion back when V5s first started being released about whether or not they were going to bring the Bali in, specifically because they are one of the few vampire clans where it's almost detrimental to the character to try and buck tradition, and to the point where you almost can't. Like, the way the clan was set up, they would not let you play a good Bali. They were the only clan that was across the board evil in every single circumstance they were ever brought up.
Yeah.
99% sure even the spot says we don't want them.
No,
yeah,
they don't.
They're too much.
Like, that, it was so much that I believe there was at one point where the Sabbat specifically had a station for people that hunted demonolatrists.
Yes.
Within their ranks.
And I'm pretty sure they worked with the Camarilla at one point to clean them out.
Oh,
yes.
The red list and wild hunt targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think that was part of the whole Bali Wars.
Yeah.
Now
there was like maybe between 3 to 12 survivors, maybe.
Now I'm just curious why the Hikata are keeping Life Dodge around.
Because he hasn't really shown too many proclivities as to really getting into it yet. Like, being mortally interested in demons is just a quirk. But he'll have to be very careful once he legitimately starts delving more into that lore sheet.
Yeah,
yes,
the farther you get, the more hunted you're going to be.
Especially with one of the people that you're going to be spending a lot of time with.
Yes, and you have already been fairly vocal about being interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how fast Life Dodge goes from friendly weirdo to red listed, and everyone's like, yeah, he's in town. Kill him.
Yeah, I will say the only reason Uriel didn't disengage is because they genuinely thought that was you just doing quirky human stuff, and they are still Tremere and think, oh, that's cute. Someone else is fucking around with stuff that only I really know about.
Funny you should mention the red list. You know that the Malkavian in Detroit is actually part of the Camarilla.
Perfect.
And
he's going to get added very fast.
And spoiler alert, Rufus is friends with somebody that's on it.
Yes. She may be coming to town at some point.
Yes, just for a very, very different reason.
Yes. But,
and she's the type that would be like, oh, no, we want to kill that one.
But yeah, Ellie has telepathy and gets regular premonitions.
So the chance of Life Dodge surviving for...
It fully depends on you. If you go out of your way to hide this and do a good job of it, you might be okay. But I want you to be aware that this is a thing that will cause problems for him.
We'll see if Life Dodge figures this out, and that will be in like 2 sessions time, where people go, we're going to kill you if you continue, I assume.
That's fine. I just want you as a player to be aware of what you're getting into when going down that path. I don't want you to be blindsided by it.
Oh no, I thought, yeah, demons sound like fun to interact with for like as much time as my character will survive.
I had a really fun conversation with Nen about Demon the Fallen, and I actually took notes.
I want to, that was one of the over the tables that is on YouTube, right?
I haven't uploaded it yet, but yes, I'm a little behind on uploads. I apologize. But yes, I do have that recorded.
I will probably watch that when it releases.
Oh, you should. You should. It might contain some spoilers. Just be aware. Because I had to ask, specific questions.
Yeah.
Also, demons cannot ride vampires, by the way. They can ride humans, but not vampires.
Good to know.
Yeah.
That's a very specific
It's fine. Nen had
made.
to message me it after because we couldn't find it during that night. But it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Ooh, he'll be perfect.
Bless you.
What about Thin Bloods?
They're still vampires. They still have a beast.
I mean, their beast is different. They don't
Still
friends
has
very
beast.
hard.
Also, not necessarily true, depending on the flaws.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that one flaw because I keep not taking it on any like sheet that I make. At least on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, because of their undead nature, vampires cannot benefit from pacts of faith, nor can they be possessed by a demon. A mortal who is bound to a vampire can be enthralled by a demon, and vice versa. However, they may be possessed like any other human if their willpower is low enough. Quote from the book.
So what we should do is we should have Life Dodge just go, hey, person on the street, come here, and make.
Yeah, don't do that.
Could. It is an option. Maybe not a good option, but it is an option.
I will tell you that that's probably the worst option that you have.
Correct.
Because that is Rufus's
bread and butter
herd. That is, you don't mess with Rufus's herd. He will kill you over it.
Rufus collects the homeless and downtrodden. Actually, let's see. Where, Dangle, do you have your, can you pull up the, coterie, oh my god. Coterie shit. I'm blanking on the word. God damn it.
The domain stuff?
The map of all the domains?
No! Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Like, the Chronicle Tenets. That word. I don't think Serga has been told them, and I don't have them in this binder right now.
I can get them.
Well, I only say that because one of them is uplift the downtrodden.
Yes.
I assume don't murder indiscriminately is probably also on there.
Don't break the masquerade is one of the big ones.
Yeah, that's just a blanket one anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get those to you. But words before weapons.
Yep, there's another one, and then we've got one more that I don't remember offhand.
I don't remember it, and I thought I had it in here, but it must be one of the things that fell out.
Doc.
Things that got missed. I figured out what the name Demon is in Demon.
Oh, yay.
That's what I took notes on for the most part.
Oh, it's going to be fun when Life Dodge meets a powerful demon who is just like, what are you? At hit Life Dodge, and Life Dodge is just full of positivity, and then the demon just goes,
I mean, kinda.
To be fair, if we ever meet a demon and Rufus is there, he's going to be like, no.
This is just when you just find out Life Dodge is like yeah, I've been contacted by Pentex. They're interested in what I do. And then Rufus is like,
Pentex would not be interested in demons. They'd be interested in killing you because of that.
oh, probably. Instantly.
We want you to, quote unquote, come in for an interview.
Like, they might, broadening their own lines and all of that stuff, but, like, they don't want demons.
They want Banes, not demons, if I remember correctly.
Banes.
The werewolf thing. From Ori?
Pentex is not... I mean, maybe in the new werewolf they're associated with Pentex, but they really want, like, that's part of the werewolf stories typically, is that, like, Guru and Pentex. Because Pentex deals with the worm. And demons do not. Other than the Bali. Which is kind of forced.
All hail the Worm Father.
All hail.
All hail the Worm King. Mana Marco, King of Worms.
Yeah, so funny you should say stuff like that. I absolutely have a multiversal thing that I'm going to be bringing in at some point somewhere, and it's going to happen, and it's going to be in both fantasy game and World of Darkness game.
Please, yes. We need a way to bridge all of our games together. Dangle and I have already talked about our fantasy ones are going to, like, kind of overlap in a thing.
It'll be a multiversal like pantheon. So, like, we won't necessarily have the same deities, quote unquote, but the general ideas behind them will be sort of similar enough.
Or a name might pop up here and there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I have a King Between the Stars, Ruler Beyond the Void gonna be showing up.
I have one that could basically be similar.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. That'll be way down the road though, so
yeah.
I'm just gonna admit that I really want to play Wraith. My interest is very high on that series, by the way.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah, I understand why. Wraith is intriguing, but I don't know if I can dedicate enough energy to actually like fully learn things properly.
It also it recommends that one person play the Wraith and one person play their, what's it called?
The Oblivion, basically.
No. It's not their tether, but it's basically like the other part of them.
The host or the
No.
corporeal body? I don't know the terminology off the top of my head.
I can't remember the term, but basically one character is played by two people, kind of.
Yeah, it's the person to your right, I think, that plays the darkness, the side that's basically trying to get rid of you.
Yeah, I don't remember it beyond that. I just know what the tiny bit I looked up.
It's interesting while also being like one of those games that I'm like, I do not have people that I'm that close to.
Yeah, I feel like that would be we need to do that in person.
It's one of those games where I'm like, would you play that on live stream? Probably not. In person? Recorded? Maybe. Because it's supposed to be like stress and release kind of game.
Yeah.
I found the deity.
What's the name?
EAR.
Asmodi?
EAR.
A-A-R.
EEYAR. EAR.
Yeah. I should really read more Demon the Fallen stuff. Besides
This is our fantasy. My homebrew fantasy pantheon.
Okay.
Their title is The Fate Maker or The Star Maker. That would play a similar role to what Dangle was talking about. It just took me a second to find it. I could easily broaden it to other things. Anyway. Fun times. That's when we eventually run a fantasy game.
Ooh, what fantasy tabletop role-playing game will it be under?
Dangle's new system.
Does that mean I get to roll my Ducky D20?
No, you get to roll your Ducky D6, though.
I don't have a Ducky D6.
How
You
dare
should go
you?
to Dice Legion and get you some. They have a whole set. I got my sister a set from our affiliate link because she's obsessed with rubber ducks.
Gotta go to YouTube to find the link, apparently.
Yeah, I'm super behind our Spotify uploads. Oh my god. So behind.
Yeah.
We weren't getting a ton of traffic on there, though.
This is true.
I mean, most of the traffic was us.
Yes. And I have actually confirmed one of them up until like episode 15 of Atlanta was my mom. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah. However, with my new internet, I should... Because part of the problems I was having, because I stopped doing a lot of our heavy editing. And when I stopped that, I didn't have to rip the sound files anymore. So I fell behind on the Spotify thing because of that. However, and with my new internet, I can probably upload our just straight up videos to there, and it'll be fine.
Certainly worth a try, right?
Yeah. I have all of our old stuff. I was going through and putting them on discs because I was running out of space on the external.
That makes me so happy.
No, I legitimately have like a shitload of them done already.
Yeah, no, I'm being serious. That actually legitimately makes me happy. The fact that we are going
that
to
gray box.
actual.
Those
Nice.
gray boxes are what they're being held in.
Nice. But the fact that we are like going back to holding them on discs is great.
I can't keep buying 5 to 10 terabyte externals. That's expensive.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Like, even with all of the ones that I have put on our thing, we've more than half filled up the 5 terabyte one I have.
Sounds about right.
Yes. However, for Dangle's thing, it's only going to be really D6s.
Yep.
Well, it's a good thing I have D6s somewhere.
Yeah, at one point in time, I had a pound of dice, and then I started giving them away because I was like, I have too many dice.
How did you have too many dice?
Because it was an actual problem.
So I showed you guys the blue ones. I've also got these really cool, just matte black.
I need.
I have my misfit D6s. I need to find my yellow D6 brick.
My D6s are currently at the opposite end of the house because since they're bone, I can't store them with the rest of my dice. Because bone is softer than aluminum and resin.
Yes.
Yeah, I have one of those.
But in blue and silver, because I played Space Wolves in Warhammer 40k.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yeah, fun fact, I was such a nerd, I had fucking Warhammer. I had a 720 point Warhammer army.
I mean, yeah. But I'm good. But yeah.
It was interesting and fun, but way too rules heavy for me. And that was before they did the new edition, which I've heard is more rules light, but I don't have anyone to play with anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I played cavalries and snipers. It was so much fucking fun.
Yeah. The dude that was teaching me Warhammer played, I wanna say, wolves?
Space Wolves.
Yeah. And orcs.
Orcs are crazy. They literally run on fuck you space magic.
Yeah.
But Space Wolves are really cool because they have psychers.
Yeah, he was explaining like what everything does, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah. And then he was like, what do you want to play? And I was like, I don't know. And I just like found like the coolest looking one. He's like, oh yeah, that's the daughters of whatever.
Oh, the daughters are interesting, but I liked the Space Wolves more because they're basically all the closest thing 40k has to dwarven wolf riders. And they're Viking dwarven wolf riders, pretty much, is what they are.
Yeah.
And werewolves.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I told him that like if I actually like legitimately got into it, I'd actually learn about the daughters, but that's about it.
if I had gotten more into it, I was actually wanting to do a custom army where I was going to take spurs from the daughters and make them fit onto the Space Wolves.
That would have been great.
Right? That was my plan, had I really gotten into it.
I'm not a tabletop nerd. I'm a... how many video games do you have, and what kind of video games?
Oh, I don't have a huge variety, but the ones I do have, I put upwards of 150 to multiple hundreds of hours into.
Yeah, don't play enough anymore. That's what happens when kids... Small children, specifically.
Ah.
I play less than I'd like, don't worry.
So Bloodlines 2, we cannot expect a stream from anybody of that game.
Not necessarily true. I've streamed a couple, not too many, but not on Total Party Crit. We won't be doing it on Total Party Crit. However, if you have your own stream thing, we can put it on as the recommended channel if you link it to me.
Oh, I stream on YouTube a lot of the time, randomly, so... Nah.
Yeah, we don't do YouTube streams. Although I have looked into dual streaming. It's iffy, but I might be able to swing it.
Yeah, but also Twitch has policies against that if you're affiliated, so...
No, they changed that, I think.
Finally.
Don't quote me, but I'm fairly certain they relaxed that.
I want to double check just to be safe, though.
Well, obviously I will double check before doing that, but it's been something I've been slowly looking into how to do. Because it is actually very difficult to do the dual streaming without paying for a service that does it.
Yeah. Or you can open 2 OBSs and hope that your computer doesn't just blow up.
I probably could handle it. However, you would have to continuously change the input keys and all of that stuff. And that's just more effort than I want to do.
Yeah, or, I could eventually actually get this thing upgraded. And I can handle the other one.
That happens.
Yeah. Until that happens.
And then, but that's also kind of a pain in the butt because we need to make sure the layouts match and all of that and everything stays the same and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I actually tried to record a game, something caught on fire on my desk, so that was fun.
Yeah, it's pretty computer resource intensive to
it wasn't
record
my
and stream.
I'm just curious as to how something caught on fire on your desk.
It's fine.
Sure.
Let's just say I don't have my nice purple USB-C cord anymore.
Yeah, that would... Yeah, that's fair.
Hey.
So, you called me the anarchy over here regarding notes. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Hey, you bruja.
If the shoe fits.
It's close enough.
So, yeah, anyway.
Sidetracking from that weird little thing.
Yeah. Kind of looping back to the original thought, because I know we were like, hey, what are we doing tonight? I had a half a thought of in, well, for you two specifically, Serga, you've got a very limited choice for yours. But favorite moments that we've had so far in our games, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the ones that we're currently playing, just as long as they're together.
Oh man, I will say one of my favorite moments has still been in my play-by-post, and it was all you guys when you all did the jump off the boat. Still one of my favorite moments.
That was so fun.
Yes, this. Okay, cool. Everybody just jumps off the boat. No, we're going to make it epic.
Yes, like I still legitimately want, cause I haven't deleted that, I still legitimately want to find those passages, send them to an artist, and have it drawn.
Hey, Buttons, draw them. It's a joke, obviously. That's probably a little bit more than what you're willing to take on.
I mean, that's going to be expensive as fuck.
Yes, and that's a lot.
Yes.
Another favorite moment of mine from that game is when you guys crested over the ridge in the water and saw the city.
Oh god, yes.
And there was a lot of, ooh, ah, what the hell?
Yes. Also the dragon. That was a fun moment.
I
like
loved
the entire underwater thing was so much fun.
Specifically the moment where Krosk was dealing with the spectral dragon and just watching that go down, like literally waiting with bated breath to see what the fuck was gonna happen.
Oh god, he passed that by one fucking roll. One roll, if he missed that, and Krosk would have died. The dragon would have killed him.
I personally like the whole like transformation with our little Earth Genasi friend. And then the aftermath of Crazy McCrazyson.
Yes, the nightmare that you went through, Buttons.
Yes.
That one was so much fun for me.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, the visions you come up with are just so much fun.
The what?
The visions that you come up with for your games are just so much fun. Like the dream that you gave my Genasi when he first got the packed weapon, the nightmare, the visions that you keep throwing at Yuri. They've been so cool. I love the visions.
Thank you.
Let's see. I will say in terms of Dengel's games, one moment that brings me personal satisfaction was the moment Shiloh told Saoirse to fuck off. That was great.
I will stand up for myself, even though you're probably scared than anybody else that I've met.
Well, she was pissed out of her mind at that point, quite literally because of the empathy. So, like, she didn't have the presence of mind to be self-serving or anything like that.
Let's see, from Dengel's game, there's been many. There have been many. Actually, it's hard to say that it's even a favorite moment because it hasn't legitimately happened yet, but it was a short that we talked about when Tori re-met Samal and Winnie.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about it. So just for Buttons, your actual, like, so you fully understand, and Serga, so you kind of understand. Winnie is a caitiff that works for a funeral home that's an organivore. So, like, free food all the time. Samal is a very old, very powerful, very strong Lasombra. That used to be like the hunt master of the pack that Tori was in. And
Tori was
Winnie,
not, by the way.
Yeah, and Winnie was also in the pack that Tori was in. So, like, Tori shows back up in Atlanta, and it's just a random chance encounter basically. Where like Tori needs to get rid of a body, I think is what we said.
No. So what we had said that Samal had came across someone, and that they needed to get to the doctor.
Oh yes,
they needed to be like patched up, and at the beginning of our games, that's what Tori was doing. She was like back alley doctor kind of thing, and so the person directed Samal to bring her to bring them to Tori. Tori opened the door, but like, oh shit, what the hell? And then the person
slammed it back in his face.
Yeah, the person didn't make it, and then Tori had a body to get rid of, and I forgot how she contacted them. But, like, it ended up being Winnie.
Yeah.
Like, through contacts or something like that.
Because Samal got a hold of...
Let's be honest.
Yeah, Samal got a hold of Tori through a back alley contact of trying to get somebody that he was trying to help. They didn't make it. So she just kind of goes downstairs and like, hey, I got somebody that needs to go to the retirement home. To Cam, which Cam's a very shady bar owner.
This is probably the shadiest person in the game.
But it's funny and it's kind of fine. It's okay. And he's immortal too, by the way. So like
recently ghoul.
Just a regular ass person. And he's like, oh yeah, just go over here. They'll go to the retirement home for good. We'll never have a problem from them again. So shows up at the door, knocks on the back door of this funeral home crematorium. When he would open the door, like, oh shit, and just slam the door and run. Wait, I need your help!
Yeah. Like, my favorite moment is one that hasn't really happened yet. But that will absolutely be a moment that I treasure if we ever get around to doing that short.
Yeah. I know.
Her conversation with Hush was fun too.
Yes.
Not that anyone else was around for that one either.
This is true. However, maybe eventually we'll let everybody else see it.
I have it recorded.
Yeah. Let's see here. As far as mine is concerned, there were quite a few moments in the play by post that were real fun, like kind of memorable, but I think we covered most of those. I know in the short stint where I was playing the Dragonborn Baker, we had a couple very comedic, very funny, very memorable moments that I think we all kind of shared, and it was good for everyone.
Sending you guys through the Feywild was very, very fun for me.
Yeah, so the way you handled giving a color for something was certainly different and unique, and it was cool. I enjoyed how you handled that, and how we each individually figured out how to give something to that. Was also kind of neat.
They're for the record, Serga, their characters in one of the games went and got caught in the Feywild, and they traveled to a market, and they were figuring out how to trade things to get items they needed or information they needed or a way out. And the trades weren't monetary. Like, one of the players traded a memory of their favorite food, and that could no longer remember it. Like, it was just gone. They remembered what it was, but not the taste of it. I think for the way out, the key out or something like that, you all traded a color, and this hag or whatever it was, just kind of like held up vials to them, and the color drained off of their person and filled the vial of this like pure color of whatever it was. And even if they like changed clothes or whatever, like that color just wouldn't exist. It'd be like turn a heather gray.
Yeah.
My thought was it was come out of their eye and they could no longer see that color.
No. That color did not exist on them.
Yeah.
That's just inconvenient.
It was interesting.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Buttons did their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was like
Whatever
a
the hair
copper
color was.
or red or something like that.
Yeah, it was a coppery reddish blonde kind of a thing.
Yeah, so their hair entirely drained of color and turned this solid color of heather gray. Like there was no variance in it. It was just the same color.
Yep. And mine did black, which was their nails, their pupils, obviously, and then a couple other spots on their body.
Yep.
So, like, I know they look weird.
That's so unsettling to think about, having not white pupils or having not black pupils.
Yes. It didn't affect the vision at all. Like, it acted normally. But it just, the color black no longer existed on him.
Can you not be in shadows then?
No, the shadows and everything were fine. It was just, if he wore anything the color black, like, as he put it on, it would just drain of color. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think somebody did
one-
like green or something, and then somebody else did some weird random color, like orange.
I think, yeah, Kimba, I think, did blue or orange. Which Kimba was a fire Ganassi.
They weren't with us for that one.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, they weren't. Who did? What was it?
Jill, Mac's character.
Yeah, Mac did something like that.
But he also had mimic backpack, so.
He did. He had a mimic backpack.
And the first night we played, he was like off his rocker on pain meds, and the living backpack ate this cat that my character was trying to adopt.
Yes.
I wanted to get mad, but I could not because it was so freaking funny.
High up his ass.
Yeah, and like mine had a French bulldog that he would just carry around with him everywhere.
What was her name? Like Petunia or something like that?
Cleo.
Cleo. Where did I get Petunia from? Oh, that was John Mulaney's dog.
So, yeah.
The backpack was not allowed near Cleo.
No. And, like, I just assumed that the dog was just with him everywhere, by the way.
Yeah.
So, like, came into the Feywild, came out of the Feywild, just, like, trekking through shit.
What color did the dog give up?
Dog didn't have to. It was not a sentient creature. However, the Dragonborn, to get, I think it was food or something, you convinced a fairy to trade a kiss.
No, it was luck. I thought.
No, you kissed a fairy.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Someone did trade luck though, and it actually appeared as a tattoo on their hand. Or no. Someone traded a favor, and that appeared as a thing on their hand. You did trade luck, but it was for something else.
Yeah, and I don't remember what.
Basically, the rule behind it was I could, at any point in the game, once force him to do a reroll and take a natural 1.
I think the favor was for the oh god, what was he? I want to say he was like a goblin that was obsessed with the
oh yeah, it was
robots.
Robots. One Ink's character, I think, did the luck.
Yeah.
I think it was for a bag of holding or something too.
Something like that.
Or someone,
Like
someone did a favor, someone did luck. There was a lot of things that you guys traded. It was fun though. You got some weird items out of it.
I do have to ask one thing. If they traded the memories of their favorite food, would that change if their favorite food changed?
No, it was actually a really good backstory moment because it was... I don't remember who it was, but it was the fighter, and he lost the taste of his dead mother's stew or something like that. It was a really good backstory moment. But I let them pick whatever they wanted, so...
We've had a lot of just random weird experiences with just like one-off things. It's like, remember in Dangle's Morally Dubious game where I was playing the drow and the first thing I did was buy a giant hyena?
Yeah, Rooster sold a bisected halfling.
And we made friends with an Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to bring Garfunkel back. Please bring Garfunkel back.
Oh man.
Is this where I have to learn D&D?
We actually won't be streaming it anymore. Just because of things. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Sergo, tell us a favorite moment in a game you've played. Or multiple moments.
So, my favorite moment from the Hunter series, because I did actually get to watch like 2 episodes, would have to be the Krakatoa. The good old dino. I loved it. It sounded so cute. Too. Oh, I know. That one moment has stuck with me the last couple of days. Yeah, I loved how it sounded, and I was like, it sounds so cute. And then I saw the picture that you posted into the Discord, and I was like, that's both cute and terrifying.
And just like swallowed a person that we all kind of glossed over outside of when Gladys was asking about grenades.
Yeah.
Yeah, just okay, that happened.
They're so fucking jaded by this point.
God, yes. But let's be fair, that is still not the weirdest thing that has happened to them.
It's not. That's the stupidest thing. By stupid, I mean I love it so much.
Perfect.
Let's hear, what is the weirdest thing that's happened to them?
The hunters? Samedi?
I don't know. I still think the house melting... I still think the episode with the melting house and the possessed dolls was the worst.
That was weird. The demon one was weird too.
The demon one was weird too.
Yeah, we've had a legitimate demon appear in our hunter game.
Ooh. Yeah, just decided not to kill them. So like I gave them ways of mitigating the demon.
Yeah.
That moment when you smile too hard and it's just like, oh.
Yes. Anyway, continue.
Now, my favorite moments from the games that I've been in, because I haven't watched the other series, I think, which is just me being lazy a little bit. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. There's a lot of hours to dump into our games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We did have a roundup episode at one point. Recently.
I should watch that. It would have to be just Uriel being like, why are you murderer? Pretend. where Uriel just pretended not to hear what Life Dodge was talking with Chevy. The murder.
Oh. Yes.
Just instantly plans murder. Ignoring that.
Yeah.
Full ignorance.
Oh, Life Dodge is going to be like... he might... Oh yeah, we never rolled the stain, did we? We'll find out humanity loss or not later.
Oh yeah. We'll start the game on that.
That will be an interesting moment where that's now going to be a moment that I'm looking forward to, because instant humanity loss will be just...
So there are times that we just straight up instantly cut the humanity down, but for that one, for things like that, I kind of give a choice whether your character feels remorseful. You can roll immediately, or you can roll at the end of an arc and carry that stain. So,
I mean, maybe it would be after his just murder spree.
well, if you murder that many, you'll probably just automatically lose one.
That might be acceptable.
Yeah, you won't lose multiple, but it would just be played as like you've just lost it.
It'll be interesting on that. And I also really liked, because I'm going to give 2 moments, the losing the hats kind of joke that's now started with my character. Start with a hat, lose a hat during the episode at some point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah. Once at the museum, because the hat wasn't on his head that well. So I was thinking, he loses the hat there. So I just took the hat off.
Just wait till it's stolen by squirrels at some point.
I want to go now feed squirrels with a bunch of peanuts and stuff.
You gotta find the green ones.
It's a thing in my game.
Oh yeah.
Name the vampire has them.
I forgot about that.
I like how I have to differentiate that now.
Oh.
Just hang around the school enough, and you'll probably see at least one green squirrel.
Oh, there's absolutely one kind of monitoring there.
Yeah, that Haven is. I'm still getting the temptation to ask for just the creepy merit on it, and then just taking another merit. Temptation.
Well, depending on what you continue to do to it, if you continue to like dig graves and like quote unquote defile it, you will just gain that and you won't be able to buy anything in return. Like it just will happen.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. It's probably going to gain the creepy merit in like a session or 3.
Because we technically, rules as written is anything that happens in game you need to cement in with experience purchasing, but we say screw that.
Yeah, depending on exactly what it is.
Yeah, not fully, but for something like the Haven slowly gaining something, then absolutely.
Yeah.
Just gonna put a cross up, put random things on it, who knows what, then put it in reverse.
So, I actually have the creepy merit for Rufus. For his Haven, but his Haven is technically the van, and because it's a white windowless van that has like murals painted on the side of it, it's just inherently a little bit creepy. And like religious murals too. So.
And there's constantly multiple people piling in and out of it all the time, and it just parks all over Detroit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's pretty well known.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that it just seems like it fits.
God, it'll be hilarious if you just park the van right in front of the church.
Oh, it will happen at some
Haven.
point. You know it will.
And then just one passerby goes, I'm calling the cops. Like, this, no. Whatever is happening there needs to be haunted and then burned.
Oh, careful drawing too much attention. There would be hunters
Ew.
abound.
Yeah, there's
I
at
ain't
least
scared.
6 vampires.
I ain't scared.
There's 6 vampires in the church on average. It's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
And Rufus definitely won't just be like, Fata Morgana, everybody sees 3,000 of me. Floating everywhere.
Did you guys ever play Assassin's Creed 1?
Yes.
The
Yes.
Amualim fight? That's just what
The
I'm
what?
picturing with the Amualim fight.
Oh my
And
gosh,
that's just what I'm picturing with
yes.
Rufus now.
Yes.
You do realize that's going to happen at some point, right?
Please make it happen. But yes, that is now just what I'm picturing Rufus doing to fuck with people.
I feel like I'm going to have to roll just a little bit better than normal
Oh, yes.
to make that happen, though.
But I would absolutely allow it if you roll well enough.
Yeah. Just the room
Hey.
is now filled with Rufus.
Anything's possible.
Just funhouse mirror effect everywhere.
Yeah, and he's just walking in between all of them. Where are they? They're all moving at the same time. This
Oh,
is what you
which-
get.
Any other moments from any of us?
I'd have to say, in terms of Atlanta, my favorite episode, just like across the board as an episode, would still have to be Steven's feature, where we were all like aspects of his personality. That was still just an absolutely insanely fun episode for me.
Corey and talking to the Baron while he was in Cyril's underground thing.
Personally, when all of you first met Wink.
That Christmas episode?
Oh
Yes.
yes, the Christmas episode. That was nuts.
Santa Claus? Or Vampa
Vampa
Claus
Claus.
is what we called it. Vampa Claus.
Yeah. But yes.
You have claws.
Just- No, but it's fine. Just for the simple fact of like you expected one thing and then it very quickly shifted. And everybody's like, oh, I feel bad for him now.
We did.
And we
It's funny
still
'cause
do.
he's-
We still help him.
He's become a pretty key player in the game. Like
Yes.
key NPC. Cata.
Idiot.
Zeva left me.
Rip.
Corey's losing the touchstone, losing and killing Aaron, having Aaron killed, was a very fun moment for me.
Dengle and I actually collaborated quite a bit on that whole fight. Make sure it went well enough to join all 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
I know, for me personally, as I've been playing Rufus, the initial descent down into the area that shall not be named, where I didn't see anything, I swear.
Oh, yeah.
And just the realization of, oh, shit.
I had never told anyone about that one, I don't think. That was an actual secret.
I knew it existed, I didn't know it was down there. Besides more of them, that it was it.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably, I think, thought it was like their Warren or something like that. Oh, no.
Yes, but no.
Kat was keeping her forcefully tortured white child in a coffin down there. And it was being watched over constantly by someone in her family, as she calls it. And Rufus ended up being taken down there because the NOS broke in.
Oh.
Yeah. And when he realized what happened, he was like, oh, shit.
That NOS got fucked up.
They got ate by the earth.
And also played with vicissitude beforehand.
Yes.
Heavily, so. Like, missing a couple limbs, heavily so.
Yeah, they got tooted.
Yes, but then the earth, like, whoop, swallowed them.
Yep. And then
Oh,
just
no.
the follow-up behind the, okay, I was down there. Now Rufus gets to play mean dad. Mad dad. And I think that kind of caught a couple people off guard. As far as, like, Buttonsnet and Kosia. There was at least one of them that was like, oh, okay, this is a switch.
That was fun to see.
Yeah. And that might be how life meets Rufus.
I cannot wait until life meets Rufus.
Rufus is going to either instantly hate life or
Yes.
love life. And it's just a moment I'm not I'm impatient about. I'm gonna be honest. I'm impatient. I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Yes. Yes, it will. A couple more games, I think. Chevy is going to run in 2 or 3 more.
1 or 2, depending on what's going on. Because Rufus has already been gone for better part of 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, and then we'll have a time skip for another week. And I think you had said a month to a month and a half.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So, 1 or
There'll
2.
be another mini time skip in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, so depending on where we get next game, I might bring him in the following. Who knows? We'll find out. Obviously, I'm going to have to tell Faye, but I'm not going to tell anyone else.
I should.
Fine.
It'll be up to us to find out when it's too late.
What were you saying, Sergey?
I should probably dedicate one of my character sheets to a backup character because Life Dodge's decisions are very out there. Oh, questionable for certain, but he's not able to lie very well, is he?
No.
So
That's okay. Somebody is.
He's very, very open about what he does and thinks and believes and is.
Which isn't going to go well for him for very long if he doesn't get the help he needs. And the help he needs is to be told, no, don't. Your continuation of this is how you die. Because I'll kill you. And I don't know if anyone is going to tell him that yet. And will he listen is the next question.
I was gonna say,
He'll listen.
If he keeps poking after Tremere stuff, Uriel will absolutely lay a line. But I'm very interested to see what Rufus does with this.
Yeah. Rufus wouldn't have a hard time right now killing Life.
Even when Life's fully ready for it, he emotionally and mentally he wouldn't have a hard time doing that. Physically, yes.
Life has 4 boxes for health. The best way that Life could handle Rufus isn't a 1-on-1, it'd be a 1-on-6 with his coterie of Thin Bloods. And that's when the coterie that Rufus is a part of just goes, free food?
No, that's about the time that he's just go sit at the bottom of the river to all of them.
Rufus and Coterie is actually courting the Thin Bloods that are there. There's a group of Thin Bloods, a big group of them. I think I said between 17 to 25 or something like that. No one's 100% sure of the real numbers. But there's a whole group of them that just recently got a domain.
Yep. So Rufus enjoys his Thin Bloods.
And Life is slowly going to try to take over and work with Thin Bloods.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
You gotta get through T. T was supposed to be a Ventru.
Well, Life at least has 6 already.
T's also backed by Cat at this point, isn't she?
Backed is a strong word.
If T, let me rephrase that. If T was openly assaulted by a demonolator, Cat would be like, "Oh fuck that."
Let me put it this way: if T was assaulted by somebody, Rufus would immediately jump in, and then Cat would be like, "Damn it," and jump in.
Yeah. So here's the thing: Cat is I'm blanking on the word. Oh my god. The not Old Clan. Coldoon. She's Coldoon. Coldoon's magic comes from a demon. An earthbound demon, but a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's just a very specific type of magic with a very specific purpose.
Right. So it's hard to say whether she would really be on board with the demonologist unless he's bringing problems. He brings problems. She brings the judgment. She brings the hammer.
Would she see him as a potential threat to her own power?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. She doesn't see anyone as a threat to her own power.
Not this young, uppity upstart who is 13th gen.
Did I tell you what generation she is?
Old as
Would
we've
you-
discussed old as balls, but
Would you like to know what generation she is?
kind of yes.
She's sixth generation.
Okay.
She was, what did I say, the 700s or something like that? 500s? Something like that. I need to look it up. But, like, she was one of the last wise women taught in Poland. And that was actual, I legitimately looked this up for this. But yeah, that put her at, like, 6th generation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not worried and is thinking, oh, how cute. Even if he accomplishes anything.
There is a potential she finds it amusing to see where this goes. But again, if trouble is brought, meaning if hunters are brought because of stupid decisions or like hunters or being hunted on the red list or anything, if trouble is brought, she's not having any of that.
It's fertilize the ground where you are.
No. So part of the V20 Kuldoon stuff is that they could make the earth eat the kindred and then legitimately feed off of them via that. Like the earth would just empower them through it.
Read the old stuff more.
And like it's not something I ever converted into V5, but like that's because it doesn't really matter when she's that old. She can just do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. V5 made for 13th generation vampires.
It's really difficult to make anything past 10th generation feel very powerful.
Without just hand waving stuff.
Yeah, which is what's happening with Kat, especially.
That's what's going to happen with Janina.
I've been curious where they're going to take V5 with older generations if they ever.
I don't think they will.
Point.
I don't think they will for a while.
Because they've leaned so heavily into the reckoning, quote unquote. I don't think they're going to. Like,
I could see maybe a supplement book that is like the player's guide that talks about things like that, or like the new Blood Sigils one. But they won't really do too much beyond that. They've basically wrote it into their lore that anything over 10th and 11th generation is very, very rare because of the calling. Or the beckoning, I'm sorry, the beckoning.
Beckoning, reckoning, calling, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The thing that says, come to the Middle East.
Not just the Middle East, it's kind of hand waved to be whatever you want, but yeah.
Yeah. Typically, most people play it off as Middle East, though.
Yes.
Come hither, we have cookies.
AKA Methuselah.
Yeah. So, like, when we do throw in the 7th, 8th, 9th gen, they are supposed to be dangerous.
Kat has only resisted the calling because of her child and the family she surrounds herself with. Like, family ties are one of her touchstone things, and like that's keeping her from being called away.
Yep. And the Georgia Hellcat that I've got in Atlanta, I feel like the Gangrel probably don't have that calling so much, because typically it is the Methuselah that one's like, stay away from me.
Yeah. It is. They're in Canada and don't want to be bothered. They're actually, like, they burrowed themselves into the ground and don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. So, like-
only clan. Sorry.
So like that's how I'm getting away with him being like old as shit too.
And Hakata, I think, are immune.
Yep,
That's
because
what I was about to.
I also feel like Ravnos should be, which I think is kind of also how we're doing that.
yeah, but there's also if you can find a Ravnos older than like 6th gen, you're really doing something. Or as old as 6th gen, you're really doing something with them.
I'm just saying they are the only clan that has 100% canonically had their Methuselah killed.
Wasn't the
Yes.
Night of Terror though? Like,
Yes, the
It
Week of
was-
Nightmares.
Yep.
Yes. Didn't that just like kill a ton of old Ravnos?
Yes,
Yes, and
because
that's why.
of the Methuselah dying. They brought him down with them.
Yep, and that's why if you can find one that's as old as 6th gen, you are really doing something.
But that's also why I think they should be immune to the beckoning.
Yeah, because there's nothing to beckon them.
Exactly. Which is also why I find it odd that their clan isn't weirder with its banes and all of that stuff. We've homebrewed some big weirdness into it, but like as written, there's not a whole lot that harkens back to their Methuselah being non-existent.
Yeah. Like, we've written in, like, you can have different disciplines is your thing.
A clan is shattered as their symbol, I think is
Yes.
part of our lore sheet write-up.
Yeah, something like that. Then there's just a bunch of like seemingly random but makes sense to be random stuff thrown together.
What about the Salubri?
What about that?
Their Salat is supposed to be this big white worm in Italy, I think, right?
Well, so there's several different opinions on that. I've seen some official content that say he's like dead, like Tremere Diablerized him like for realsies. I've heard some say that his soul escaped the Diablerie and is now living in the body of a mortal, hiding out in the Carpathian Mountains with a bunch of Inconnu, if you know what those are. I've heard some say he is a white worm in Italy. I've heard some say he kind of got... Yeah, he lives through the Tremere. I've heard some say that he survived through the Bali. I've heard some say that he kind of pulled a Malkav and is just kind of dispersed throughout his lineage conceptually. No one really knows, and that's kind of the joke.
Yeah, and that's the fun running thing.
Probably almost assuredly not dead.
Yeah.
Probably.
He was too much of a smug asshole to be dead.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Toreador one.
I think the
Where-
Toreador one's canonically in the Middle East.
Okay, then it would be the Venture.
I think. I could be wrong.
One of those two, where they've got witnesses that they're dead, but the witness also knows that their memories were messed with.
I think that's Ventrue.
Yeah, so, like, canonically, technically, witnessed a death, but also,
yeah.
The Nosferatu one, I think, is supposed to be in the catacombs of Paris right now. Augustus Giovanni is in Venice, I believe.
I think so.
Which is the quote-unquote father of a bunch of different clans, technically speaking. Even if they're offshoots of the Giovanni clan. La Sombra is supposed to be in the Shadowlands or something crazy like that.
The Zemetzis is under New York as a giant fungal animal thing.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Hakim of Banu Hakim, I think, is in Southeast Asia, or that in the Middle East, in that weird hidden city, I think, maybe.
Yeah, but also it has to deal with like the beckoning shit too.
Yeah, so they're definitely part of that. Tremere is wherever the hell Tremere wants to be. I don't remember where Tremere is supposed to be.
In the
I don't remember
chantry
that one
that
either.
nuked, I think.
The Bruja one, which has like 17 different names, nobody really knows.
Toil. Or no, Toil. Yeah. I don't know. I have it. I know about that because Layla's stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, that's supposed to be one of the names, and then there's like 3 other ones, and then there's just Bruja. Because like Triol or Troil or whatever it is supposed to be also 3rd gen, 4th gen.
No.
don't know.
Troil was the one who fucks up their clan.
Okay. That caused the split.
Yes. Caused
So,
them
yeah,
to be the hotheads and step away from the warrior scholars into just fucking anarch. Bullshit.
Yeah. So like that one kind of does its own thing. Nobody really knows. So like there's a bunch of different ones that kind of they're all over the place.
Toil Diablerized their Methuselah, I believe.
Maybe.
I think. Killed or
I mean-
Diablerized or something.
I mean, that sounds in line with something they would do.
Yeah, it does.
And that's where the shift of the clan happened, if I'm remembering correctly.
I want to say you're right, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So
I read about it when I was creating Layla, because that has to deal with her ambitions and stuff.
then I'm trying to think about the rest of them that we haven't hit so far. Because I always miss at least 1 or 2. I don't know. It doesn't matter. In any case, the majority of them are still around somewhere. They're calling their people to them. Or to a central location, if not to them.
Yeah, we've also kind of... Because it's really sketchy in the rules as to what is happening, because they've never specified or anything like that. So we have said internally as with TPK that you can be called by your clan, but if you're close to one, you will feel the pull anyway.
Yeah. And Thin Bloods can be called as well.
And they'll feel it stronger.
They just won't know why they show up. They just know congregate here for some reason.
I just felt like it.
Yeah. And it
That was
doesn't
the place
necessarily
for
have
me.
to be a Methuselah either, or it doesn't have to be an antediluvian. It can be just a Methuselah that calls them.
Oh no, what's happening in Detroit?
What's happening in Atlanta? We already know what's
Detroit.
happening in Atlanta.
You already know what's happening in Detroit, too.
Artemis.
Yeah. If you want to look it up, Artemis is alive and, well, unalive and awoke in Detroit.
I cannot remember who Artemis is.
Goddess of the hunt, among other things.
In the Greek pantheon, she's a goddess of the hunt. In VTM, she is a Ventru Methuselah. She's like
I was-
5th or 6th gen, maybe 7th.
I don't know what. I thought it was going to be a Nosferatu because of their alt bane.
No, they have Cleopatra. Oddly enough, then Dionysus, or no, he's a Hecata.
Yeah, he's a Hecata.
They've got somebody that just doesn't fit, and I don't remember who it is.
Baba Yaga?
Yeah, they do have Baba Yaga, which that one kind of fits. I don't know. Offhand, I can't remember. But
yeah, if you want to look Artemis up, she's scurry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And she's running amok in Detroit.
Yeah. And Rufus has a personal vendetta against her. Just knows he can't go toe-to-toe with her.
He killed Mike.
Yes.
Hashtag justice for Mike.
Yep. And when Chevy finds that out, you will have to hold him back.
So that means that I need to start diablerizing upwards so that I can become a 4th generation
Good
K-Death.
luck. Good luck.
That's just how you die instantly or become a white.
Yes.
It depends on how careful you are, but yes, because a Diablerize instantly loses a humanity. Yeah.
I could do 4 before I'm like dangerously low.
Mm-hmm. And then you just find a path and you're fine.
Sure.
Yeah, that totally will happen.
Or is Diablerize 3 people?
I think like 5 now.
I mean, when we started playing, canonically, she did 1 or 2 prior to the start of our game.
Yeah. Let's see here. Had number 1,
Jacoby.
and then no, I'm just saying prior to the game.
Oh.
Number 1, then I think canonically one other person.
It would have had to be because she was a thin blood. Diablerized into Gangrel, which would have put her at blood potency 1, but technically being a blood leech put you at 2, so we said that there was another one in there too.
Which is how Rufus met Tori.
Yes.
Canonically. And then there was Jacoby, Haley, random Toreador. I feel like there's one more.
I don't think so.
So yeah, total of 5.
That's fine.
I just love random Toreador because when you Diablerize someone, you take their entire life story in you. So what they were was just arguing in the thorns with other roses, and you just going, I don't want to remember any of this.
Tori has a lot going on in her mind, and she represses a lot.
To be fair, it's not actually a random Toreador. They were named. They were a minor villain there for a second.
Tori did actually take on some of their characteristics, which I do want to talk to you about what mannerism she would have picked up, because in our homebrew thing, she actually got a dot of manipulation from it as well.
Yes. Which, I'll tell everyone, Tori, well, yes, she was very precise and exacting. She cares that people actually follow through a whole hell of a lot more now. Like to the point of will potentially like lay hands on people. So you mess up, you get a little bit more angry.
Okay. Is
But
that
at
the
least you
mannerisms
didn't.
then?
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't already didn't take a mess up well, but now it's like you legitimately get angry at someone. So that's fun for everyone.
I've kind of just realized what would be kind of fun would be to add Clan Banes to a KTIF if they Diablerize someone.
It's potential.
Be real scary, real fast. But
if you want to know a little bit behind the curtain, Tori legitimately has 6. No, that's the compulsions. She only has the Gangrel Bane. However, I play out the Zemitzi one. Although,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
I have the gargoyle one written down too, just in case.
Subservience.
That's the Gargoyle Bane?
A homebrewed one. They don't technically exist in V5. We have a lot of V20 elements in our games.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying that I'll try V20 eventually, and then I put it
It's
off.
so freaking confusing.
It
V5
is.
did a marvelous job at resetting the system, but the lore that they dropped was also a lot.
Yes.
And there's a lot of fun lore.
So we've been kind of picking and choosing what we bring back into our
Like the
TPK
Bounty.
verse.
And
Yep.
the gargoyles and something else.
Coldoons.
Yes, Golden. And Niktuku, well, kind of. The Niktuku do have a lore sheet, but it's a really stupid lore sheet.
Yeah, so we're just saying screw that and doing our own thing.
Wait, they have a lore sheet in V5?
Technically, yes. It's from the Winter's Sun comics. Or Winter whatever comics.
I'm gonna look at that, like, just for
It's
fun.
on our, the Trello board that you have. It's on there.
I need to look at the Trello board.
Yes, there is a lot of fun things on our Trello board because we've put homebrew stuff and Storyteller Vault stuff on there as well.
Yep. Like I said, that one's kind of dumb, so we just kind of do our own thing.
Yeah, we treat it as a bloodline, kind of.
Yeah.
It
Kind of like the
feels-
Daughters of Cacophony. They're kind of a bloodline in ours rather than a lore sheet.
Yeah.
The Nichuku being a lore sheet versus a bloodline, I do think is weird.
Well, technically, when it all came out, VTM did, or V5 did not have bloodlines. Bloodlines started when they realized that like people were really angry about the Hekata stuff, and so they started bloodlines for Hekata, and then other clans have gotten them.
Yes.
Not every clan, and not every clan is treated the same. I'm pissed about the Gangrel one. They had, in V20, they had like 7 or 8 different clan offshoots and only have one lore sheet. One bloodline lore sheet.
That's okay. Ravnos have nothing.
Yeah.
Except for the Week of Nightmares.
Yes. Which isn't even... You're not required to be Ravnos to take it.
Yeah. It's not even a good one either.
No.
Well, let's be honest here.
Not at all.
Oh, V5.
That's why we do pull the V20 elements, but also we work to make them make sense.
Which is where we get stuff like, I don't know. I think Chameleon Skin was kind of a V20 thing, right?
Yeah, so Gargoyles as a clan had several different, very unique things for their own stuff, and we have adapted some of them into it. Tori's is a little bit different than usual because of the way she got it, but if she was to teach it to anyone else, it would be a fortitude thing. I think is what we agreed on.
Yeah. And the only reason why Tori's is what Tori's is because of, well, how. So.
She self-experimented on her blood. Gregor started it when she diablerized the Gangrel, and then she just made it worse.
Yes.
With blood sorcery.
Yes.
Fun.
Which only really Mr. Brightside knows about.
Yep.
I mean, Simone probably kind of knows at this point, but not
everything. Simone knows. Simone knows enough, and he's like, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yep.
Simone knows everything.
To be fair, Tori didn't realize what she was going to do to herself.
Yeah. And you say Simone knows everything, and Simone knows a lot.
No, I said he doesn't know everything.
No, Button said.
I made the joke.
But no, he does not know every single thing. However, Simone knows where everybody lives. Just for the simple fact of, like, good luck seeing him. When he actually, like, rolls all of his stuff, you're not going to pick him up. I don't care who you are. Heightened senses, whatever else you want to throw in there, you're not going to see him.
Hide a building with obfuscate.
He's damn close to being able to do that if you really wanted to.
He's an old Lasombra.
I mean, that might be handy at some point.
What?
Hiding like just a whole building. Maybe not like a large building, but like a small house.
A shed is like a difficulty 6, I think, with the obfuscate 5 discipline.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like it's
He makes things happen.
If it wasn't all the way over there, I would let you know what kind of stuff Samal could do.
He's probably got like 12 dice to roll to hide.
He's got a bunch of potence. He's got a bunch of fortitude. He's got some obfuscate. He's got a bunch of oblivion stuff. He's got a bunch of oblivion ceremonies that he doesn't ever do because of multiple reasons. But the main one being he doesn't want to draw any more attention to himself than he has to. And then he has his swords. Which, if he activates potences and all that fun stuff, it's dexterity plus melee plus swords plus potence plus everything else. I think it's like 19 dice that he rolls.
Yeah, it's a stupid amount of dice.
Yeah.
I think we calculated it one night.
Yeah, and they're silvered.
Mm.
So, like, werewolves beware. Kindred that have the silver bane beware.
You mean Steven?
Steven, cough,
Yes.
cough.
Steven beware.
Mages, demons, everything. Like, he can stand toe to toe with almost anything and at least have it be a draw.
Him and Cyril tackled the Guru.
Yes. Granted, the crew wasn't super old, but
just the two of them tackled the guru.
yep.
Danger, danger.
I need to be heading out soon. It's getting pretty late.
It is actually.
I'm also heading out.
Okay, I guess we'll end it here then if you guys want to say goodnight.
Good night, people out there.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Stick around during our normal game times to catch our regular games.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday and Tuesday.
Peace.
Bye-bye.